Okay. How's it? Ready? Ready for this workshop? I know I'm ready. Okay, let's begin. So I hope you have your journal nearby and a pen. We will be doing a little bit of movement, nothing major, but just enough to get some Shakti energy moving through us. But we'll first start in this seated position. So let's close our eyes. And those of you who wear glasses, you can put it to the side. Let's close our eyes for a few moments to travel inward. Bring all your senses inward. And let's begin by offering our love and gratitude to all of our women family members, the holders of Shakti before us, and our grandmothers and great grandmothers, and the long line of lineage that we come from in every lifetime, till we reach the lineage of Divine Mother herself. And for a moment, allow yourself to know that you are her daughter, first and foremost. Divine Mother, also known as Shakti or Adi Shakti, or by a few other 100 names. And see if you can feel into that energy. And I invite you to lengthen your next exhale and draw your awareness down through your feet into the earth, connecting to Earth Mother, Devi. And take your awareness so deep into the earth till you can feel her light and see her light, the light of her spiritual heart. And do your best to draw her love and light into yourself through the bottoms of your feet and bring it into your heart for now. Let's do this 2 or 3 more times. Ask yourself, how receptive am I to her love, her light? Don't be stingy with yourself. And with each exhale, let this light gather in your beautiful spiritual heart, the space just in front of your spine, in this cave, the cave where the spiritual heart is. And now draw your awareness to the spaces above you, way above you. You might even tilt your chin up slightly as you begin to perceive this divine light of Divine Mother. With your next great big inhale, draw this light down in through the crown, through your third eye, throat, and draw it into the heart with your exhale. And with each inhale and exhale, expand your capacity to receive. And bring the light of Divine Mother into your heart. Two more breaths, just like this. Notice how beautiful it is to receive from these great mothers who want nothing from us, who demand nothing of us. They're just happy to give. And now draw your awareness into your heart, the spiritual heart, and just observe how the light of Mother Earth and Divine Mother are circulating, whirling, spiraling in your heart, coming together, merging. And let this be your center of gravity for the rest of our time together. Let's bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose, thumbs touching the sternum. Bow to Divine Mother and Earth Mother in your heart. And silently say to yourself, Jai Ma, victory to Divine Mother. Jai Ma. Jai means victory. Ma is Mother, Divine Mother in this case. Let's rub the palms of our hands together vigorously. Take this prana Shakti in your palms, place it over your face. Draw it down your face. Bring your palms together like so in front of your face. Sides touching. And receive Mother Prana Shakti into yourself. Hari Om Tat Sat. I invite you to relax, sit back. I'll share a little bit about Shakti, and then we'll get into our Upayoga, our movement part of the workshop. So, according to Tantra, Shakti is this powerful, dynamic, feminine principle of divine energy and creation, while Shiva, the divine masculine, is this static aspect of pure consciousness. Shakti is the force that makes the universe come alive. Shakti manifests through all aspects of existence, from cosmic events to the inner energy within each of us. And it is through the union of this inert Shiva and this active Shakti that all of reality is born and sustained. So, of course, we ask Divine Mother to guide us and support us. But the truth is that she already dwells within us as us. And we live in a world that is drowning in noise, distraction, illusion, confusion, exhaustion. And it is a great moment to awaken this inner Shakti with great consciousness and awareness within ourselves. But before we misunderstand Shakti as this soft, feminine goddess in a white dress, strumming a ukulele or something like that, I just want to be sure that I explain that Shakti is not that soft, feminine power alone. She is actually the very pulse of existence. Shakti is in that wind that's blowing through the palm leaves here, palm fronds here. Shakti is what makes the waves go into the land and go back into the ocean. Shakti is that wildfire. Shakti is the energy that makes us menstruate and give birth and have orgasms. Shakti is the energy that generates the tsunamis and the hurricanes. Shakti is also tamas, the stillness of the night, where great potential exists. This like a womb-like energy, this fertile darkness where all creation begins. When you plant seeds in the soil, we plant it into Mother Earth, and as the seed goes into tamasic energy, after a while it rises into rajas, because she is also rajas. Rajas is this dynamic movement, right? The fire that moves mountains, wildfires, the raw creative surge that births galaxies and stars. And of course, she is sattva, the pure light of awareness that brings harmony, clarity, love, and wisdom. Especially if we are mothers, we can really feel that sattvic energy, because we're constantly required to show up in this sattvic energy for our children and for all of life, but particularly. When these forces become imbalanced in us, the forces of Shakti, we experience chaos, burnout, emotional volatility, disconnection, dullness, and honestly, this ache of meaninglessness. However, as we learn today to honor all three energies, tamas, rajas, sattva, we move through darkness without fear, because we understand the potential in that darkness. We learn to channel our fire without burning. Some of you have heard me say, how do you want your fire to be? Do you want it to burn, or do you want it to warm somebody? And we want to rest in this clarity of our sattvic energy without complacency. And this is how we can embody Shakti in her wholeness. So today we will rise from tamas to sattva through the creative fire of rajas. And my heart's greatest desire is that you reclaim your power as your own presence of Shakti within you. And most importantly, to know that Shakti is not outside you. She actually breathes as you, in you. So just a little brief thing about the Vedas, right? The Vedas don't define feminine energy as just being soft and submissive. As I mentioned, she has the capacity to destroy, create, sustain. And each goddess shows us different parts of that spectrum. For example, you've all heard of Lakshmi. She's the giver of abundance, holder of abundance. Saraswati, she's the giver of or holder of wisdom and clarity and knowledge. And Parvati is about devotion and loyalty and fertility. And Durga is about courage and protection. And Kali is the one who liberates. And these are all various archetypes of the one divine mother. And all of these archetypes are wanting to rise within us as and when it is needed in our lives. However, most women are disconnected from their feminine power, often because we've somehow come to believe that being feminine means being like a man as much as we can, one of my favorite topics to talk about, and also being one-dimensional. I'll be sexy and beautiful and youthful forever, and that is a great disservice to ourselves, right? Sometimes we feel like we either have to be soft and nurturing or fierce and powerful. So soft and nurturing being this acceptable part of us, fierce and powerful is considered too much. But this Shakti energy this authentic feminine power contains multitudes. For example, a woman can be nurturing with her children. She can be fierce in protecting her boundaries. She can be very wise in her counsel as needed, whether it's for her husband or best friend or anybody. She can be abundant in her creativity, and she's liberated in her truth. All in the same day, all from the same source of Shakti within herself. So, Shakti is when your power serves love, inner growth, truth, protection. But when your power serves the ego or the image or need for validation, it's distorted. It's a distorted, contracted form of Shakti, and we just don't feel good, right? So I'll stop here and we'll go into our Upayoga and think of Upayoga as awakening the body temple of Shakti. We'll move some tamas, we'll warm the tamas into rajas, and we'll feel just enough preparatory, rejuvenating energies that will align our physical body, our energetic body, and the mental, emotional body. Okay, so let's do that. Let's stand up. Just going to take a second to set up myself and my computer here. And I think everyone can see me. I hope you can hear me also. Okay, so yoga is very simple. So let's begin by bringing our hands together at the heart. Let's close our eyes. For a moment, acknowledge your body. This beautiful body, just as it is. Somebody has written oh. Rebecca, you're totally fine. You can stay. I will be sending you the recording. And now let's bring our hands by our sides. And let's drop the chin to chest and roll the neck to the right. Only doing half of a circle and then come back, chin to chest. Roll your neck to the left, halfway, half circle. Chin to chest. To the right. Chin to chest. To the left. Chin to chest. 2 more rounds like this. Notice all the sensations in your body. And as we move through this, you'll feel a gentle warmth. And when you finish, we'll bring all our fingers together like this, and we'll place them on top of our shoulders, and we'll draw these circles. See if your elbows are willing to touch today. 4 in each direction. And then we'll reverse. And rest. Now bring your arms like this in front of you. Palms facing each other. And you're going to twist to the right with an exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This is done not in a slow way, but you're going to go fast. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more on each side. And rest. Now you're going to intertwine your fingers like this, palms facing down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Again, going at a nice pace, you'll begin to feel warmth in your lower body, in your spine. Think of it as the fire of Mother Shakti flowing through you. 2 more. And rest. We'll just add on to that same movement, but we're going to have a slight back bend with the inhale and then exhale. Legs are straight. You don't have to touch the ground. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 6 times. Push your hips forward with the back bend. And rest. Very good. Now your feet are wider than your hips, hands on your waist, and you're going to start drawing circles with your hips. You're going to tilt forward, tilt the pelvis forward, and then lean forward when you go back. You should feel it in your hips and thighs. Wonderful energy of Mother Shakti flowing through your hips. Two more times on this side, and then we'll switch. Enjoy the sensations, enjoy the warmth, even enjoy the little bit of effort you have to put into this. The body is meant to be moved a lot for it to stay healthy and happy. 2 more on this side, and then we'll take a little rest. You're going to bend your knees, place your palms on your knees, and draw little circles. 6 on one side and 6 on the other. Keep the knees bent and the back straight. So it should look like this. And then when you finish 6, go in the other direction. And when you're done, rest. Our last exercise of the Upa Yoga is ground through your left leg and lift up your right leg and draw circles with your ankles. 6 times on each side. Repeat on the other side, other leg. Make sure you're grounding through the right leg so you have good balance. And let's bring our hands together. In Anjali Mudra, thumbs touching the sternum. Close the eyes. And feel the surge of Shakti move through you, through this body, even through your breath. Gently open your eyes. Let's get seated again. Find a comfortable seating position for yourself. Notice how you feel. And let's close our eyes for just a moment and repeat after me. I honor my body as a vessel of Shakti.
I honor my body as a vessel of Shakti.
And I awaken her divine pulse within me.
And I awaken her divine pulse within me.
Very nice, beautiful. Now gently open your eyes. I'm going to share a little bit more about Shakti, and I want you to really apply what you hear to yourself. And you're welcome to take notes or maybe write down some questions for yourself to contemplate on later. Okay. So, from this tantric perspective, Shakti is this pulsating energy, as I mentioned, in all of nature. Everything that is outside of us is within us. The Vedas say the entire universe lives in us as us. And these are natural movements of Shakti that are present. But what happens when we override these natural movements? So think about this, right? Difficult periods, disconnection, imbalanced relationships. When I was in my early 30s, I would get the best work opportunities literally right during my cycle. And as a young single mother, new young single mother of two children, I was so disconnected that I would take any work. Didn't matter. I would get a migraine, I would work. I would be struggling through my period, I would work. And the truth is, I was so imbalanced in my Shakti energy that the opportunities would not come when I was in this creative stage after my period. It would come right just before my period would start. So that is a really great example of imbalanced Shakti, right? So as we begin to not listen or not honor these Shakti cycles within us, our body stops listening to us and we burn through this prana Shakti. This prana Shakti we just took in, we have it, we just put it on ourselves again by overworking, proving ourselves, and begging to be seen. We literally burn through this prana Shakti. And we do all we can to suppress truth in our relationships to keep the peace. And this fire of Mother Shakti begins to grow dim, just like our digestive fire. When we eat too much, that digestive fire says, "Oh, I can't do this job anymore." It just gets weak like that. When we suppress the truth of Shakti in us. So, honoring Shakti is the only way we can reclaim our power. So, let's close our eyes. And I invite you to place both of your hands on your heart and put a little pressure on your chest. And anchor yourself here. And even breathe into your heart. And allow yourself to come to stillness. Leave this body aside, the world aside. It's all good. It's just you right now. And here's a question. Where have I overridden my Shakti? Your mind may flood you with many answers, scenarios. Take a moment for that flow to happen. And when you feel ready, put it in writing. Where have I overridden my Shakti? And we'll take 3 minutes and maybe leave extra room to add more later. And I'll keep track of time for you all. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Okay. Before we move on, I want you to take just a few moments to be with what you have journaled. Don't analyze it. Just know that this is something you can look at later on. Or maybe that's all you need to do is write it out and you're done. So, how do we honor this Shakti within us? This Shakti was built into us, it was given to us, it is who we are. So, what do we do if it's overridden by all sorts of other things? So, when we honor Shakti, we are reclaiming our authenticity. Think of all the repressed grief and anger and sorrow sitting in your energy field somewhere, maybe in your nadis, in your channels of energy, maybe in your auric field. These knots, these karmic, they're called granthis, these karmic knots blocking the fire of Mother Shakti in your heart. Or maybe your heart is thriving right now, but you can think of a time when you felt that, when you were in that place and you couldn't show it to the world. You had to keep that grief and anger and sorrow hidden. Or that cold, tired heart that may want to retreat from this world. Or all the ways you've masculinized yourself. I don't know if that's a word. To fit in, to achieve, to perform, to create success. And how all of these can deaden the light of Mother Shakti in our hearts. Think of that. And know that Shakti is very subtle and sensitive. It can be on this planet very a gross experience, the gross and subtle. Gross as in like big and in your face, like a tornado or a flood. But in us, inside us, it can be very subtle. Rage is an example of a gross, overly abundantly flowing experience of Shakti. But Shakti is very subtle and sensitive deep within. So, scrolling, rushing, endless drama in our relationships, watching violent content, all of this numbs her in us, numbs our awareness of this divine presence in us. And over time, our radiance dims. So, here's something for deep contemplation. And I invite you to write, what truth within me has been silenced? It doesn't matter who silenced it. Usually we do it to ourselves. What truth within me has been silenced? Maybe there's just one overarching one for you, or maybe there are several. And any and all of the contemplation that we do here is meant to be done with great compassion for yourself, which is one of the primary expressions of Shakti. There are very fierce archetypes of Shakti in Tantra and the Vedas, particularly Tantra. But even as she is destroying our illusions, her eyes are filled with compassion and love for us. So let's take another minute to finish our journaling. What truth within me has been silenced? Okay, let's finish up and just take a few moments with yourself. Again, without any judgment or self criticism, and keeping your awareness on this center of gravity of your spiritual heart from here, doing everything from here. In this postmodern feminist era, have you heard women say to one another, "You deserve everything, you're a queen"? I don't know if it's like that in Europe, Amanda, but here it is very much, especially in the younger women's circle groups. I just laugh because actually there's no such thing. It sounds very entitled, and Shakti does not respond to that kind of entitlement or arrogance. And the real nature of Shakti says no one is owed anything, but everything is available to a pure heart. If the heart is pure, a heart that serves the highest good of oneself and others, family, society, your small immediate family, your extended family, the whole world as a whole. The purest heart wants the highest good of all. So if you ever hear a group of women saying, "You're a queen, you deserve everything," just start laughing because it's not true. We have to really, sometimes we have to struggle really hard, not because we're not pure beings, but our hearts get very clouded by trauma and pain. And it's the cloud is hanging in front of the heart, and we cannot perceive the natural purity of our heart. And so we become beggars. Oh, maybe they will say I'm great, or he will say you're beautiful, or maybe my family members will finally acknowledge that I'm this wonderful person. And we don't hold begging bowls, but we are beggars when we do that, right? But as we move through these things that are these cloudy things, these heavy things that are in front of our hearts, we will discover the purity of our own heart. And then we become beautifully receptive to the grace of Shakti, Divine Mother. We don't need to be good girls or good women, because I find good when somebody says, "Oh, that person is such a good person." I I don't want to trust them, because a good person always calculates how they appear in the world. That doesn't mean they're being authentic, because they're more concerned about being seen as good. And here's a truth: where there is no authenticity, Shakti cannot be present. So today, you can decide for yourself to own who you are. Yeah, this is how I am. These are my preferences, and I don't like it when it's like that. Um, I understand that these preferences are inbuilt as part of my soul's evolution. It is said that even the shape of your fingernails and the color of your eyes, the sound of your voice, is perfectly designed for your spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Everything. And there is nothing random about us. So as we come to know these deeper qualities of Shakti within us, that's our most natural expression. So If you experience harsh speech, irritability, or very volatile emotions, actually Shakti is stuck. And I hear this very abhorrent thing in the West, in America. Oh, I'm like Kali. I'm so angry. I'm like Kali. And they don't know what they're talking about. That is that is not Kali. Kali is not doesn't have personal rage, right? Kali is saying, look at your illusions and dissolve them, and I'll help you out. So let's do some pranayama. So what I'm gonna teach you now is a practice I'd like you to remember and keep. You can write it down if you want. It's very simple. It's called Chandra Bedhana. And Chandra Bedhana awakens this receptive, cooling, feminine part of us. And it's very simple. You can sit on a chair, you can sit cross legged. You're going to bring your thumb and index finger of the left hand together. And these three fingers, they're not splayed out or soft like this, but they're together. And you place your left hand, palm facing up, on your lap or on your knee. Spine is straight, right hand in front of you, all the fingers together, not splayed open like that. So, like this. Close your eyes. I'll guide you now. And you'll use the thumb to close your right nostril very gently, just a little closure. Now inhale through your left nostril. Close the left nostril. Open the right. Close the left with your pinky and open the right and exhale. Close the right. Inhale through the left. Close the left. Open right and exhale. Close right. Now, very slow, gentle inhale from the left. Close left. Open right. Nice, long, gentle exhale. Really slow it down. Close right. We're going to add on. Inhale through the left. Nice and slow and easy. Close left. So both are closed. Hold your breath and visualize Shakti rising from your root chakra to your crown. Exhale right. Nice and slow. Close right. Inhale left. Close both. Hold and allow Shakti to rise from root to crown. Exhale right. Very controlled, slow exhale. Close right. Open left and inhale. Close both. Hold the breath. Move Shakti from root to crown inside your body. Exhale right. Close right with your thumb. Inhale left. Close both. Hold. Allow Shakti to rise from root to crown. Exhale right. Two more times at your own pace. Make the hold comfortable. Don't force it. Shorten it if it's too long for you. And let the flame of Shakti rise from root to crown. Beautiful. Your last one, let the flame of Shakti rise from the crown and let it flow upward into the ethers. When you finish, rest your hands in your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Integrate this Chandra Vedana, the benefits of it. Now I invite you to open your eyes, and if you want to make a note of Chandra Vedana, you're welcome to. So, have you noticed that in your life at some point you've called on the divine, whether it's Divine Mother or Father or God or whoever, when you're in trouble? I know I've done it. When we call on the Divine Mother, Shakti, when we're in trouble, we have externalized her. And feeling the separation from her is the root of our disempowerment as women. She's somewhere out there. I'm going to call her, and I don't even know if she's there. I don't know if she's going to respond to me. And some of us have beautiful altars. Sometimes we go and sit in front of our altar and say, "Oh, Divine Mother, I really need you. I'm going through something." So, separation from Shakti is the root of our disempowerment. So, today, I want each of you to decide, I will not ask Divine Mother to rescue me from anything. Write that down. I will not ask Divine Mother to rescue me from anything. And have that as a sankalpa. Sankalpa is not intention. Sankalpa is you're applying your will, your grit, you're going to resolve to hold this as an experience for yourself. It's my sankalpa to not ask Divine Mother to rescue me from anything. Don't worry, there's more. Instead, we activate this fierce fire within ourselves, the fire of truth. That is the awakening of Shakti within us. And you ask Mother Shakti, who's already embedded in you, to rise through your being. It's not like, "Oh, please, I need you, help me." But, "Oh, she's in here as me." And I awaken, I breathe, I let her fire move through me to show me the truth, to guide me from within. And many of us have Ishta Devis. Ishta means one that is most closest to us, or you can say a chosen aspect or the archetype of the mother. And sometimes, in Tantra at least, we say that this goddess will activate some pain for us. You've heard the word Maya? Maya means illusion. And Shakti is Maya. She will play the role of Maya in your life, and she will help you to come out of that Maya, out of divine compassion for us. She says you have some illusions you're holding, so they will become magnified in your experience. And that hardship that you experience is the sacred fire that burns away that ego and the illusions and the karmic patterns. There's some aspects of Divine Mother will erase some things out of our lives. She can also dissolve this false sense of calmness, this false confidence, false spirituality. She will come for our awakening from pretty much every angle possible. After I moved to Florida, I set up my whole place. My son is my next door neighbor, and I was preparing for my India trip, and I was looking for this particular suitcase in which I had my exquisite saris that have so much family history and lineage, not to mention the cost of them. Couldn't find it anywhere. Couldn't find it. He couldn't find it in his place. I looked everywhere. It's gone. I don't know how it's gone. I wonder if the mover guys thought, well, we'll just take one suitcase and see what's in there. And I was so devastated because those saris held so much meaning to me. And I realized I think that I'm being led to even let go of my attachment to those possessions. I immediately called my mother. I said, I feel really upset. I can't find any of these saris. And my mother said, don't worry, I'll buy you a couple when you come to India. But I said, no, that's not the point. All my old saris, very, hand woven Mysore silk. Anyway, so the point is that there are very mischievous, mysterious, mystical ways that Shakti will come into our lives and destroy some things, some illusions, or she will awaken some powerful truths in us. Anyway, it's okay if you do your pujas and light your lamps. It's beautiful. They are your offerings of divine light to your own divinity. But what she really wants is our honesty. Because if you look at some of these archetypes, as I said, she will bring us into the seductive illusions, masks, even this concept of time. And it will feel like, oh, I've been given all this. And then she'll just devour it. It's a kind of love that's very fierce because this love is based on ripping away falsehood. It can be jobs, marriages, relationships, I don't know, whatever else, emotional turbulence, emotional purification, until what is left is just your own pure form of Shakti. And when you come to that place, you'll realize, I'm good. I've been given everything. Life is so wonderful. I feel so blessed and taken care of. So let's do a little bit of guided inner work where we will surrender the false self. Okay, so let's close our eyes. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Feel Mother Shakti in you. Now imagine a dark night. No moon is present. And imagine a vast dark meadow under the night sky. and a funeral pyre burns before you. Stand in front of it, feeling the warmth and the heat of this funeral pyre that is burning. For now, place upon this funeral pyre one identity, one fixation, one false idea that you hold. Place it in this fire and watch it dissolve into ash. Maybe you have one more thing you'd like to place on this funeral pyre. And watch it dissolve into ash. See if anything else comes to mind that you would like to place on this funeral pyre. Notice what happens within as this false belief, a false identity, or a fixation on something within you that is misaligned with Shakti. As it dissolves, notice what happens within. Is there fear? Is there elation? Is there a lightness? Notice. All answers are correct. And now whisper to yourself, what remains within me is the void, this cosmic void. I expand into this spaciousness and this freedom. And see if you can sense this vast openness within you. And look up at this dark sky, this unending dark sky, this vast cosmic openness. And let it awaken in you the vastness of your being, the vastness of Shakti within you. And now let's pray together. You're welcome to bring your hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart, thumbs touching the sternum. Whisper, speak out loud, or silently join me. Mother, what is false, help it die and dissolve. What is true and eternal, may it shine brightly in my heart. Notice how you feel. And gently open your eyes and see if there are any insights that you need to write down. It's okay if there's nothing, but if there is, I want to give you a few moments to do that. Many of you have heard me say over the years, if you are the daughter of Divine Mother, there is an inheritance waiting for you. So, Shakti is something that is not conferred upon us. Your divine inheritance is your intuition, it's your clarity, your compassion, your wisdom, your strength. And it's here, it's already here. It's not something you ask from her outside of you. So let's place the right hand on the heart, the left hand below the navel. Inhale from root to crown. And as you exhale, silently say to yourself, I receive myself, my higher self. Inhale, rising that Shakti from root to crown, activating her as you exhale, I receive myself. Again, again, and again, very consciously, very deliberately. Inhale, lifting Mother Shakti from root to crown within you. As you exhale, I receive myself. Do it dynamically, purposefully. Five more profound breaths. It's a kriya. When we breathe and move the energy of Shakti, you're actually doing kriyas and activating a lot of subtle energy. Five more. And when you finish receiving, rest for a few moments. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and bring your journal closer. And while we're still in this energy, what are three things you're willing and ready to receive? Receptivity is one of the highest forms of feminine energy. Sadly, extremely underused, underutilized. Three things you're ready to receive. can't think of three things, you can always come back later. And as you're spinning and whirling in the energy of Shakti, what is one vow that you can make to yourself? And one boundary that you're ready to hold. Sometimes we think I need to have boundaries with my sister or my best friend or mother. Actually, these are boundaries we need to have within ourselves. Example, when my mother is triggered, the boundary I have with myself is to know that my mother is experiencing something for her own expansion. It has nothing to do with me. So, one boundary you can hold for yourself. Notice how you feel within. So, we're going to practice now a pranayama. That can be a bit challenging, but I invite you to be curious. And Amanda is in London, so maybe Amanda, you're the only one who can turn off your lights so you can be in total darkness. For us, it's the afternoon, so we can't turn off any lights. See if you can make your room darker. Otherwise, it's totally fine. And let's close our eyes. And when you close your eyes, see if you can see total darkness. Don't engage your thoughts. Let them flow. Stay in your heart. Take a deep inhale. Exhale completely. You think you've exhaled, but there'll be a little more. Exhale completely. And then hold your breath. Pause. Inhale again. Exhale completely. Keep exhaling till you completely empty out. And then hold your breath. Again. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly but completely. Hold your breath. Inhale. And now I'm going to ask you to do it at your own pace. Some of us can hold longer than others, but I want you to notice what arises. Is it fear? Is it memory? Is it light? Is it surrender? So inhale deeply, gently. Exhale slowly and completely, coming into this cosmic emptiness where you hold. There's no breath, there's no inhale, there's no exhale. Notice what arises. And then inhale when you're ready. Do this about 6 or 7 more times at your own pace and be aware of what is arising. When you finish, ask yourself, what did this great darkness reveal to me? Amanda, you can turn on your light when you're ready. No rush. Many years ago, when I first practiced this Bahir Kumbhaka, breath retention after exhaling, I felt a deep panic. Felt I might be dying. And then I practiced it several more times. And what happened is that I fell into this cosmic void. The cosmic void is pure potentiality, pure Shakti, pure darkness. Not darkness as in bad, but darkness as in planting the seed in the earth. And that seed is germinating, things are happening within. Before that seed sprouts upward, it pushes this soil and rises up. So ask yourself, was anything revealed to me? And take a few moments to journal that. We'll move on to my favorite topic. Seriously, I'm laughing, but it's Shakti and wealth. I was the queen of lack. I told you when I was a new single mom. I really activated a Lakshmi within myself. It was part of my karmic cycle to experience that. It was a profoundly difficult experience. So, Shakti is radiance, it's not necessarily possessions when it comes to wealth. And I'll say some things that will sound paradoxical, but it will make sense. So, Shakti in regards to wealth is not what we own, but wealth is what we radiate. It's an energy, it's a form of Shakti that is soft and beautiful and glowing and full. There's a fullness to it. And that is wealth. And that is the kind of wealth, in the Vedas it said, the seed that is here will bear fruit out there. So if you can feel the impulse and the pulse of Shakti as this warm fullness of light in terms of wealth, that you are already full and rich within, the world has no choice but show that to you on the outer level. So right now, right here, drop all your stories of lack and all your lineage stories. Oh, my mother was like this, my grandparents, doesn't matter. It's time to drop these trauma stories that keep us activated in the vibration of lack. You are not your grandmother, you are not your parent. You have come here to activate your own karmas and illusions. And as they burn away, what's left is this richness of who you are. And true wealth is not had or preserved by greed. And greed, you can call alakshmi as greed, but its lack is also alakshmi. But true wealth, we preserve it, we generate it, we sustain it, we enjoy it by awareness, wisdom, purity of heart, and wanting the greatest good of all. But also, abundance and wealth will bring itself to you when you can let all your other definitions of who you are, when you can let that go and truly own that you are the daughter of Divine Mother. She will provide for you exactly what you need at the exact moment that you need because you're aligned. What are you aligned with? You're aligned with what you've come here to do. And you're willing to be receptive to receive the support. So when you embody Shakti, life becomes a beautiful living prayer. Every prayer is answered. That's why we don't need to be beggars. It's answered at the perfect time for each of us. So you may have asked for something 15 years ago and it will be answered, I promise. I have many, many examples, small examples, Oh, I wanted this blue dress when I was a long time ago, young girl, maybe 12. And it was custom made. It was very beautiful, like a turquoise, like a dark turquoise color. And my mom brought it home and she had me try it on. And oh God, it looked so good. I still remember it. And I was so happy. And she said, well, we're going to return it. And I've loved that color for so long. And I've always felt like I need a blue dress like that. And that blue dress has come into my life more than once. And that's just a minor example. So when you align yourself with the true fullness and radiance of Mother Shakti in your heart, your inheritance will be given to you here and now. And anything that's in the way, any alakshmi, any lack vibration, is this intense hard work that you will have to do, intense purification that you'll have to do, and be willing to do it. So this is very, very important because, oh, our material life is not easy. Marriages are evolving, marriages are devolving. Cost of living is high. If we look at wealth and money just from a pure material world sense, it's all upside down and messed up. But if you keep your focus on how the material world is, you will have only those experiences. And true wealth is an inner experience. True abundance is an inner knowing. And for a lot of us, we've had to cultivate this relationship to Mother Divine. We weren't raised where our parents told us, oh, just remember, Divine Mother lives in your heart as you. You are Shakti. You are so powerful. I don't know anybody who was raised like that in our generation. So we're raising ourselves in these truths. And it's a little harder for us because we're kind of dense. We've believed all this crap for so long. It's like stuck to our energy field. It's stuck so hard that we actually believe it to be true. So we're chiseling away, slowly dissolving these untruths. And we need to do it. It is our dharmic duty towards ourselves. So let's close our eyes and for a moment say to yourself, I remember who I am. Say it many times to yourself, softly, sweetly. And if any tears flow, let them flow. Today I remember who I really am. I remember who I am. And let this remembrance vibrate through your spiritual heart, your intuitive heart, your mental body, your emotional heart, your pranic heart, your whole physical body, your whole auric field. Silently or out loud chant with me Om Hreem Kleem Shreem. Om Hreem Kleem Shreem. Om Hreem. Hreem as in HR. Kleem as in Kleem. Shreem as in Shreem. Om Hreem Kleem Shreem. Let it vibrate and pulsate in your heart. These are the seed sounds of Mother Shakti. Om Hreem Kleem Shreem. Om Hreem Kleem Shreem. Om Hreem Kleem Shreem. We'll stop the mantra. Notice how you feel. I promise you this today. You don't need to chase grace. You can radiate this grace from your heart. You can reclaim Shakti today. And I promise you, life won't be about survival anymore. Shakti is this beautiful energy that you'll begin to embody. It's a sweet, secret relationship you have with Shakti within you and Shakti outside of you. Let's bring the palms of our hands together, rubbing them vigorously. Place this prana Shakti over your face, the back of your head. Draw it down the collarbones, down both arms, down the torso, and any part of your back you can reach, your buttocks, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your shins, calves, the tops of your feet, the bottoms of your feet. And let's rub the palms of our hands together once again. This time, placing Prana Shakti over our face. Draw it down, cupping your palms, facing in front of you, the sides touching. And silently or out loud, Jai Ma Shakti. Jai Ma Shakti. So I welcome any sharing, questions, reflections, anything that you would like to express. Not required, but you.
I just want to say thank you. That was absolutely amazing.
You're welcome.
It was so beautiful to be in touch with all of this because it's been a while. So it just really did wake up so much, especially it was just what I needed. It was just absolutely perfect. Thank you so much.
You took some notes so you can continue practicing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I did.
Rebecca says, thank you, grateful. Wonderful, Rebecca. Rebecca's internet is weak, so she's staying off camera. Wonderful. Anyone else? You don't have to, but just saying if you want to.
I just wanted to say thank you too. That was lovely.
You're welcome, Katie.
A lot to think about.
Yes.
A lot to go forward with.
Definitely, definitely. We'll be talking about it more.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Robin. And Stephanie, I know you're here. You don't have to come on camera, but I just want to acknowledge you. Anna, did you have anything you want to share?
I was just going to say, I like the practices that you incorporated because it wasn't just, there was like an embodied experience of.
You mean I wasn't just talking the whole time? No, I mean, I think it's very important to have the practices. Otherwise, it's just like reading a book. And I've said this before, books are great, but books keep us here. This pranayama, even the upa yoga and some of the meditations and reflections, they really just, as you said, They help us to embody this energy. So for those, everyone here is on a spiritual path, and we've read the books, we've thought about these things, and now we're actually like drinking it in all these various ways. And that's when the fruit of it will show up in our outer lives.
Mm.
Yeah,
That was great. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Mm.
So I did want to bring to our awareness Ingrid, my beloved Ingrid. She is traveling, so she couldn't be here. And Sam, who's also traveling, and Jennifer, who I don't know what she's doing, but she's here in my heart. And Diane. Diane is in some training, so she couldn't be here. And Marcy. So I want to acknowledge that even though they're not here, they were here with us. And if any of you want the recording, I'm going to send it to them, but if you want it, let me know. I'm happy to share it as well. So all my love and blessings to all of you. Hopefully you won't do anything intense later today. Rest a little bit, slow down, keep your energy calm and mellow, because you'll be integrating a lot of this in the coming days as well, and today. So thank you so much for being here and bringing your light and your willingness, and love you all so much.
Thank you, Parna.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Parna.
Bye for now.
Yeah,
Bye,
Prana.
Amanda in London.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Love you all.
Bye.